So you're dating this guy and you're hoping that both of you will get married. But unknown to you, he has no intention to marry you. Well, in this video, I'll be talking about some signs that he's never going to marry you. Okay, so you stop wasting your time waiting on him to pop the question because there will be no question, at least not from him. My name is Chris, and it's nice to have you here. If you're ready for the show, I'm ready. So let's dive into it. The first sign he's never going to propose to you or marry you is that both of you have been dating for up to a year and he hardly brings up a conversation about marriage. Yes, marriage is a big deal, but it doesn't take a guy forever to know whom he wants to spend the rest of his life with. That is, if the marriage lasts for so long, okay? When a guy begins to spend some quality time with you and gets to know you better, he can decide, he has all the information he needs to make up his mind about getting married to you or not. So if he has been with you for up to a year and he's not talking about marriage, he doesn't bring up the conversation, I tell you what, he has no intention to marry you. It's not in his books, okay? Maybe he will get married someday, but it's certainly not to you because if he has been with you for up to a year, he should at least talk about both of you settling down as a couple. Sometimes, if he never brings it up, it's because it doesn't interest him. He's not interested in that. He's with you for other reasons than marriage. Okay, so if it's up to a year and the mister hardly or never even talks about marriage, I tell you what, he has no intention of marrying you. The second sign he will never propose to you or marry you is that he keeps you away from his family. And that's not a good thing, okay? I don't mean that he keeps you away from his family because he doesn't want them to hurt you or anything like that. No, he doesn't want them to get to know you and he doesn't want you to get to know them, okay? Family is huge, okay? To a lot of people in different places, family is huge. So when a guy, you know, begins to date you and he's serious about you, he's thinking about, getting married to you, one of the first things he will do is to introduce you to his family. Okay. I'm not just talking about his friends. I'm not even talking about him introducing you to his friends. You could be dating a guy and he introduces you to his friends, even when he has no intention to marry you. When he introduces you to his family, that is huge. That is a big deal. Okay. So if you guys have been together for a reasonable time and he has never introduced you to his family, not even a single member. It's crystal clear that he has no intention to marry you. Why introduce you to them when you're not going to be in his life? For the long haul, it's just going to be a waste of time, okay? And he is wasting your time, tagging you along and not introducing you to his family. He's not going to marry you, okay? You probably want him to, pop the question. You probably love him so much, but if you guys have been together for some time, like a reasonable time, and you don't know any member of his family, when he's going for, special occasions, you might even want to go with him, but he's not interested. You know why? He doesn't want them to know you. I mean, if he takes you home, they will definitely meet you. You will meet them. And if both of you are no longer together tomorrow, they will begin to ask questions. Oh, what about this person? What about that person? He doesn't want to answer any of those questions. All right. So he's saving himself the stress, the trouble of not having to explain to his family members why both of you are no longer together in the future. The third sign he'll never propose to you or marry you is that he doesn't make future plans with you. You see, when somebody is interested, when a guy is interested in marrying you, he sees you in his future. Okay, so when he's making plans or even just talking about the future, you'll hear him include you in those plans, include you in those conversations. So instead of saying I, he'll be like we, us, you know. But if that is not happening, if you guys have been together for some time and whenever he talks or makes plans for the future, it's just about him, it's just about it's just about me, you are not in his future. Okay, he is not going to propose to you, neither is he going to marry you. Okay. If the tables were turned, for instance, if you wanted to marry this person, this guy, okay, if you're talking about the future, wouldn't you include him? Wouldn't you say us? Wouldn't you say we? Of course you would, because you are already picturing your future with him together. So it's about both of you. But in this case, he is not doing that. He's not talking about both of you, because there's no both of you. All right. There's nothing like that. It's just him in the future. For now, both of you might be together, but as far as the future is concerned, you are not in the picture. It is just him. Maybe someone else will be in the picture, but that person is certainly not you. The fourth sign he's not going to propose to you or marry you is that he uses a lack of money as his excuse to not be ready to marry you. Yes, money is a big deal, especially in marriage. You guys need money, and as the man, it is hugely or largely his responsibility to take care of the family. But I feel like a lot of guys, many guys use that as an excuse to tag other people along, even when they know deep down their hearts that they don't want to marry those people. So if you bring up the conversation and the first thing he says is, my finances are not great yet, I don't have a great job yet, I want to have more money, blah blah blah. That is nonsense. Okay, yes, money is important, but a man doesn't need to have all the money in the world to get married or to start a family. Hello, it's the 21st century. Gone are the days when all the responsibilities were solely on the man. Women also contribute to, the family. They do a lot financially too. So if he's always talking about not being ready to marry you because he doesn't have money, blah, 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 even when it's obvious, it's clear that you are working, you are bringing something to the table. Just know this. He's never going to propose. He's never going to marry you. He's just using that as an excuse to continue to tug you along. The fifth sign he's never going to propose to you or marry you is that he gets upset when you try to talk to him about marriage. So you want to have that conversation with him. Obviously, you've been with this person for some time. You need to know if there's a future, for both of you. You need to know if both of you are going to walk down the aisle together. And you might want to have that conversation with him. But whenever you try to do that, he gets upset, he gets defensive. It's like you bugging him. It's like, he's not interested. He is not, okay? Because if he was even slightly interested in being with you, getting married to you, that conversation would excite him. It would make him happy, picturing his future with you, having you by his side. It will excite him, but it obviously doesn't. Okay, that is why when you bring it up, when you want to talk to him about it, he gets upset. If that happens every now and then, if he doesn't show any interest in talking to you about the future, about you guys getting married, and he gets really upset when you try to have that conversation, I tell you what, he has no intention to propose to you or to even marry you. There you have it. Signs he'll never propose to you or marry you. I think you deserve better, really. You deserve a man who would be happy to have you by his side, to have you in his future. Okay, so if you're not getting the proposal that you desire, perhaps it's time for you to take a walk. Stop waiting on him. Okay, you shouldn't have to wait on him for too long. I made a video titled How to Make Him Propose to You in 3 months. That video is a must watch. You don't want to miss it. Trust me, check out the video right here. My name is Chris Odogo, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. See you in the next one.